In today's video, I'm going to give you guys my 1 month update of using Dutasteride. Hey, my fellow Follicle Frontiersmen, it's DJ from Carrots and Brotherhood. Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be my 1 month and like a week update of using Dutasteride. And guys, it's gotten a lot better. I know in my last video I told you guys I was dealing with some serious brain fog. And that was no lie. I definitely had some fucking brain fog. But, and also I should tell you, I misspoke in my last video, and I put a comment in there and I pinned it so everybody could see it. But if you hadn't had a chance to see it, I said I was taking 5 milligrams of Dutasteride when actually it was 0.5 milligrams of Dutasteride. So I've been trying to get Finasteride as well. I told you in my last video I wanted to add Finasteride and do Finasteride 6 days and Dutasteride 1 day. But honestly, I just haven't had time to get back to the dermatologist. Right now, what I've done is I've been taking Dutasteride every other day. Okay, so I take 0.5 every other day. Anyways, what I do is I'll put what I use here. Okay, so besides Dutasteride, I still do a few other things. So I do the minoxidil once a day. I do the BioEqua Enercharger. I still apply my essential oils in the morning and the evening. What I've seen in terms of results from the Dutasteride, it's still too early to say. I mean, based on my experience with Finasteride, that first month, the most noticeable thing was I stopped shedding with the Finasteride, but there was no like regrowth per se. In the first month. Almost likewise, with Dutasteride, I have stopped shedding. I told you my 2-week update where I talked about the brain fog, that I was still shedding. I was going through a big shed. And this may be because I was at the end of my shed, but honestly, like the shedding has just stopped with the Dutasteride. I mean, I can still get like 1 or 2 hairs if I really wanted to like pull them out. And when I wash my hands, I still get, you know, 10 hairs or so, but they're not like thick hairs. They're just the little thin hairs and stuff. So I don't really put a lot of thought into that. I know some people like to count their hairs and like, oh my God, I got 13 hairs in my hand. Like, what is this? I had 12 yesterday. And it's like, I'm not that intense about the shedding in terms of like, numbers of hairs. Visually, I am not shedding as bad as I was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I asked my wife, because I can't see the back of my head. Honestly, like, I can look in the mirror and stuff, but it's really hard for me to gauge what I see in the mirror because your bathroom is probably the same way. There's a huge ass light and it's usually fluorescent. And so trying to see your hair in the bathroom, you got this basically a sun shining on the top of your head. So it creates a huge like spotlight and it's hard to see if your hair is actually getting thicker or not over the short term. So I have my wife give me updates and I say, hey babe, how's my hair looking? Or, what do you think? And so I asked her a week ago, I said, what do you notice about my crown? Which I'll show you in a second. And what she said was, it doesn't seem like you're getting more hair. However, it seems like the hairs that are there look thicker. So if that makes any sense to you. So that was shocking for me because if you remember back on my Finasteride updates, go back to the 3rd month, my 3-month Finasteride update. That was one of the biggest changes I noticed in 3 months was I did notice the number of hairs increased in my crown. Remember, my crown, it was pretty much fucking bald, guys. But the thickness of the hairs is what shocked me, like how thick the hairs got. And with this Dutasteride, like my hairs look thicker. So let's go ahead and take a look now. I got this huge ass spotlight here, and I also have 2 like LED light bulb bars above my head here. But anyways, you can see the top of my head is what it always is. And I'm gonna stop talking for a second so you guys can just take a look. I don't know if you noticed it. I noticed it when I looked in the mirror over a couple days ago. And I keep photo journals of, my hair and stuff. I have noticed exactly what my wife said. The hairs have gotten thicker. Now this is exciting because, I mean, like I said, I've already been on Finasteride or had been on Finasteride for like over 2 years. And so I had pretty much seen what I was going to get. My hair loss stabilized. However, I'm looking to see if I can actually keep the hairs from fucking falling out, man. I'm tired of the shedding phases, dude. I'm just tired of the shedding. So I'm hoping that this is going to solve the issue of the shedding. Now, what I want to do real quick here, which is different from what I normally do in my update videos, if you watched to this point, thank you. What I want to do is I want to go through some of the questions that were left on my previous update video. And so what I'll do in these update videos for Dutasteride is I will actually look at the comments during the update video. So if you guys left comments, guys, honestly, I just don't have time to respond to comments anymore. And I feel bad because I used to, when I was a small creator with like 200, 500, 1,000 subscribers, I could get in there and I can have conversations with you guys. But these days, man, I just have no time. So in order to maximize my time and also make sure you guys understand that I'm not trying to ignore you if you leave a comment, let's take a look at some of the comments left on the previous update videos. And in each subsequent update video in the future, I'll dedicate the last half of the video to answering your questions that you left in the comments. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the comments that were left on the last update video. It's really early in the morning. Been up since like 5 o'clock doing some things. Okay. Please update. So, brain fog. The brain fog is gone. I think I mentioned it already, but the brain fog is gone. It persisted for about another 2 or 3 days after this update video here. I had that brain fog, but it has since gone away. No sexual side effects. My sex life is fine. I don't have any sexual side effects. I don't feel anything outside of the brain fog, which is also gone as well. My advice is stop using before it's too late. Yeah, I get comments like this a lot, and guys, you are entitled to your opinion and to your advice, and I always appreciate offering advice to the community, because these comments aren't just for me. Anybody that sees these comments, they can apply that to their own life. But my frame of thought is, if I'm not experiencing serious side effects, I don't really consider myself like, I just don't feel as fearful, I guess is the word to use. I don't want to use the word fearful, but I used to be a medic. I was a medic in the military for like 5 years, and I did advanced A&P classes because I thought I wanted to become a doctor. So I've done advanced A&P, and I've also done microbiology and stuff. So I kind of have a general understanding of how hormones work in the body, and I don't know, my alarm's going off. I weigh the pros and the cons. And I mean, like this MT also said the same thing. Be careful with the Dutasteride. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. And if I notice that I have problems, or if I'm having problems, then I will obviously cross that bridge when I come to it. But it's not. I heard the same things when I was taking Finasteride, is what I'm saying. And some people have side effects, man. Some people just can't deal with the drug, And for those people, I genuinely feel bad, because there's not a lot of other options outside of Finasteride and Dutasteride, right? So if you do experience side effects, guys, don't use my videos as a reason for you to keep taking a drug that is causing you issues. Like, definitely stop. And I would do the same thing. If I was having issues, I would definitely stop using the drug and consult with my doctors to find out what my next steps should be. But yeah, these are serious. They are serious drugs, man. Anytime you're altering hormones, dude, it's serious. But what else can we do, right? Are you still considering? Check these out too. Are you still considering doing like Hairliciously? Aaron from Hairliciously said he's gonna hook me up with some SMP. So we'll see. He got his license for SMP. If he comes out to South Korea, maybe we'll link up and we'll get it done, and we'll see if it can happen. Couldn't handle the side effects. See, this is the thing, man. Like I see a lot of people talk about the side effects, and it seems like, based on the sample size, that a lot of people are having side effects. But you have to understand that most people who don't experience side effects aren't going to talk about it. They're not very vocal. You can go on Reddit, like the trustless forums on Reddit, and literally all you see is side effects, right? Nobody's posting like, hey guys, I've been on Finasteride for a year and 0 side effects. Like, nobody talks about not having the side effects. You only see people talking about the side effects. And that's universal across all drugs, right? Even with we can go back to like the coronavirus or the COVID-19 vaccine, like, the Johnson & Johnson was causing blood clots in women, and like that's it's, if you look at the news, it makes it seem like it's a serious problem. But we're talking about one dose out of millions. One person got blood clots. And that's not to say that person who died because of the blood clots, their life was not important, or it's not something worth talking about or looking into what caused those blood clots. But you also have to keep, you have to look at the numbers rationally. Okay, so if you guys are experiencing side effects, seriously, stop the drug. But out of the hundreds of thousands, millions of people that are using Finasteride or Dutasteride, the number of people actually experiencing side effects, like I had the brain fog a few weeks ago, like if that brain fog had continued, definitely I would have stopped the drug. But it's like I said, it's just not as bad as it seems. I mean, I'm not trying to say you guys' the side effects aren't bad, but most people who take the drugs without any kind of events. They just take it and it's good to go, right? So understand, guys, I'm not saying that your side effects are not important or that we shouldn't, if you're having side effects, you should keep taking the drug. But understand, most people who don't have side effects aren't going to say that they don't have side effects because it's why? Why would you talk about it? It's like there's nothing to talk about. Haven't watched much here. You seem like a cool dude. My daughter thinks I'm a cool dude. My 3-year-old, almost 4-year-old thinks I'm a cool dude. And that's all that matters to me is that my daughter thinks I'm a cool dude. Thank you. Hopefully the brain dog. Hopefully the brain fog diminishes soon. Yeah, when I first started taking Finasteride, I had headaches. I didn't have any brain fog, but I had like a fucking splitting headache for like a week, which obviously subsided, and I continued with my Finasteride for another 2 years after that. But yes, the brain fog has gone away. Hopefully one day we get rid of this nightmare. Yo, real shit, dude. Like, I remember I was having nightmares about when I first started losing my hair. I was having nightmares, dude, because it's a traumatic experience, man. And anybody who tells you, oh, you just beat a bitch, or, firstly, stop the toxic masculinity. But secondly, like, we're human beings, man. Like, what happens in our waking hours affects us when our brains are trying to consolidate and process information when you're sleeping. I mean, you can get nightmares from anything. Fuck, when we were kids, we had nightmares because we thought somebody lived under our bed. It's just, sometimes it's not rational to when you see people having these types of impacts with their hair loss. But it can do it, man. It can do it. We're just fucking humans, dude. And it's not to say that anybody's weaker or stronger than anybody else. It's just some people are affected some ways, others are affected in different ways. I was one of those people when I first started losing my hair. I used to get nightmares, man. I had nightmares. I don't want to call them nightmares like I felt like a monster was attacking me. But I definitely woke up feeling hopeless, or a sense of despair or impending doom. And yeah, I never really talked about that. So appreciate that, bro. Topicals. I'm gonna have to make a video about this, about topicals, because honestly, guys, the reason why I don't use topicals outside of minoxidil, topical Finasteride, topical Dutasteride, RU, number, whatever it's called. I live in a house with 2 women, my wife and my almost 4-year-old daughter. I don't want to take the risk of using a topical when I have 2 women living in the house that I sit on the couch and my head rubs against the couch, or my daughter tries to grab me and hug me and she touches my head while I have it on. I don't even need that risk. So for me, again, weighing the risk versus the benefits, it's not worth it to me to use topicals beyond minoxidil. So no, I have never used a topical Dutasteride. Been on Dutasteride 7 months, no sides. See, this is what I like. I like this right here, guys. I like that when, obviously, I'm not the only person taking Dutasteride or Finasteride. So when you guys give your updates like this, it allows people to join the conversation. So it's not about me, it's about us. And this is one of the great things about, having this channel is that, guys, you can see a larger sample size beyond just me, the creator. You guys can talk to each other. I like that. Someone's produced too much DT. I agree, man. I mean, more plates, more dates knows far more about that than I do. But yeah, some people produce more than others, and the idea is that DHT is what causes the majority of our male pattern baldness. So, yeah. No sides whatsoever. No sides on Fin either. Yeah, let's see. No issues. Check your thyroid gland. I had my thyroid checked a few years ago. There was no issues there. So yeah. Actually, I had my thyroid checked because of fatigue, but it wasn't due to any kind of thyroid issues. You're supposed to cut the yeah. Yes. Okay. Again, I was 0.5, not 5 milligrams. My bad for misspeaking. So yes. Why don't you just use? Why don't I don't use topical drugs besides minoxidil. But also, you talk about Dutasterides, not good to play with like that. From what I've seen, just from from comments. Like, that's not to play with. And then I cannot say that I will ever use that. That's not even on my radar to use that. So yeah, I'm gonna go through a couple more of these and we'll stop the video. I had to give up due to ocular side effects, dry eyes and vision. Wow, that's scary, bro. Yeah, actually, it makes me think of Viagra. I think it's called Sinifadil is the generic name of the drug. But yeah, people were experiencing like vision changes and in extreme cases, some vision loss from using Viagra, dude. Like, yeah, sorry, I want to be able to see. I ain't trying to go blind for my hair loss because I won't be able to see if I'm growing hair or not. Definitely don't continue taking the drug there. And hair regrowth with Alex on YouTube. He's got the best results from Finn and Min. Do you do microneedling? A couple of things here. I don't know this guy, hair regrowth with Alex. To be honest with you guys, I don't really watch other hair loss channels. I did early in my hair loss journey, but as a creator, I just tend to make my videos, and that's pretty much it. I don't really go on YouTube to watch hair loss videos just because I have too many other things happening right now. But good on Alex for making a channel and talking about his journey. Best, maybe. I don't know. I mean, best is so subjective. You know, I'm the best. Something is always subjective, and it varies from person to person. But if you got good results, man, that's great. And do you do microneedling? No, I stopped dermarolling over a year ago, and I'm not going back. Did I notice a change? Again, it's like, how do you measure? I have too many other things impacting my hair regrowth journey. You know, I don't do microneedling, but you do Dutasteride. It was Finasteride, minoxidil, essential oils, the BioEqua Enercharger for the electrotrichogenesis. There's so many other things that I do that it's like, what causes the hair growth? It's hard to say. So, no, I didn't notice a huge change after I stopped microneedling. So, I'm assuming that it didn't really do much for me after I added Finasteride to my regimen. I don't see myself going back to doing it though. All right, I'm gonna stop here, guys. Thanks again for tuning into the video. If I didn't get to your question here, ask me again in this video, and hopefully I can get to it in the next video for the updates. Okay? I always appreciate you guys stopping by. My name is DJ from Keratin Brotherhood. I'll see you in the next video.